Do you know that every building starts with a plan? But one miscalculation, one overlooked flaw, and everything could crumble. Through analogy reasoning, they compare past failures to prevent from happening again. Through inductive reasoning, they predict risks before they arise. Will the expertise prevent the catastrophe, or will history repeat itself? Let's find out. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well today. Looking at the columns beams here, I am concerned about how they will handle the load. The design is similar to the one we used in the previous project. We all know how that project turns out. The thinner columns won't distribute the weight properly, which could lead to the structural problems. And your point, Princess, but remember that aesthetic is the key here. The client specifically requested open spaces, minimalism, and the thinner columns to make the building feel more modern. Yes, Jikan, I get that, but let us use analogy here. The last building we did had similar columns, and we saw how that played out. The weight wasn't distributed correctly, and the beams cracked. Ended up with a major structural repairs and delayed the entire time. I am not saying that these columns will definitely fail, but based on what happened before, it's highly likely that we'll encounter similar issues here if we proceed with the same design.
Exactly. The analogy here is quite clear. If we don't change the design, we are essentially setting ourselves up to repeat the same mistake as we had last time. The columns might be made from strong materials, but without proper support and load distribution, it could still fail.
From a safety standpoint, that's concerning. If we don't reinforce the structure now, we risk repeating safety violation we saw previously. I would rather prevent an accident than deal with the aftermath.
We are using inductive reasoning, right? So we have observed in our previous project that structures, weaknesses lead to failures in the upper floors. So based on that, we fear that if we don't address the same weaknesses here, we will likely face the same type of issues.
And with the construction process already in motion, we need to decide fast. If we don't act now, any problems will only get worse as we move forward. Let's not forget how much time we lost the last time this happened.
Exactly. If we take what happened before as a pattern, the failure were caused by the column not being able to distribute the load properly. We can logically conclude that keeping the same design without reinforcing the structure will likely result in similar issues.
Right. And from my side, the electrical system will be impacted. When the building started shifting in the last project, we had the wiring problems because the structure wasn't stable. So if we don't address the load bearing issue, we could end up having to redo all electrical wiring.
We've already started rerouting the plumbing in certain areas. If the structural issues are not dealt with, it will affect our plumbing layout as well. These kinds of changes will have ripple effects across the entire system.
We can avoid all of that if we make the right adjustments now. We need to reinforce the columns to handle the weight properly before it's too late. Alright, I see the point. I understand that we're using our past experience to predict what might happen if we don't make the changes. I sense to reinforce the structure now, even though I want to keep the design minimalist. So based on this reasoning, let's go ahead and modify the design. We can keep the aesthetic features, but we need to ensure the load is properly supported. Now, let's go to the site. Is where the new support beam will go. These thinner columns can stay, but we'll add reinforcement to make sure they can handle the weight. Dan, could you please help ensure the new cross-bracing system fit in?
Okay, I'm looking the load distribution calculation right now. And with this reinforcement, we will prevent the same issues from occurring the last time.
We will need to adjust the existing framework before continuing. Now let's get to work on this revision.
We will adjust some work system to accommodate the new structural duties to support the beams are in place.
We have to move some of the pipes around to avoid conflict with the new bracing. Luckily, we are not dealing with too much destruction, but we'll need to be careful. Everyone's on track with the safety protocols, right? Right. We don't want any accidents while we make these changes. Let's double check everything before proceeding.
Everyone is safe. So, I'm confident that we can get this done with minimal delay. So, let's ensure that we can finish this so we are not revisiting it later.
This is exactly what we need. By reinforcing these columns and making sure the load is evenly distributed, we are addressing more issues that we had last time. This is the right one.
If we get this reinforcement in place, we'll start moving forward with the remaining floors. Things are going smoothly so far.
These structural changes will hold up, and I will make sure that the rest of the team will follow through with the new design and local calculation.
It's not exactly what I originally envisioned, but it's even better. The structure is strong and it still looks healthy. Keep the design intact but ensure that the weight distribution is balanced. It looks great and it's built to last. The changes we made were exactly what is needed.
Ran smoothly and the timeline didn't slip too much despite the changes that happened. This is exactly how we envision it, stable and beautiful.
The structure is solid. There is no future issues with the columns.
The plumbing systems are all functional and reduction pipes are in place. No more issues there.
The wiring is perfect. It fits with the revised structural devices. And everything is running smoothly.
Safe, secure, and absolute. I'm confident there won't be any safety concerns downstream.
And team, we did it! The building is ready for occupancy and it's a testament to our teamwork. So we fixed the issues before they could become problems.
I agree. This building is not just a building. It is a great example of how we can make smart changes based on our experience. And I'm proud of how it turned out.
Good job!
In conclusion, analogy compared the building's design to a past flawed project, while inductive reasoning predicted similar failures. By recognizing patterns and making adjustments, the team improves decision based on the past lessons.